Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be reviewing a book called The Clear Skin Diet. It is by two twins called Nina and Randa. They made this book last year. It's a 6-week program for, as they say, beautiful skin that talks about their struggles with acne, their diet, other things that come into play with acne. They give studies on the Okinawans from Japan on how they ate a low-fat, high-starch diet. So I kind of just wanted to give my review on the book and if I still follow the diet, because I do follow some aspects of the diet, but I don't follow all of it. I wanted to give my thoughts on the book to see if it actually did work, maybe give some criticisms, not a lot, but just kind of give my thoughts on the book as a whole. So basically the book starts off with Nina and Randa telling their story on how they grew up vegan. Their mom had this really rare condition that plant-based diet actually fixed. And they grew up vegan. Everyone in their family's vegan, and they never really had acne in their high school or middle school years. So while everyone else was getting acne around that time, they virtually had none. But up until when they got to 20 years old, they started getting really bad inflammatory acne all around their cheeks and their forehead. And they later realized it was because of all the high-fat and oil-based products they were using, like makeup, high-fat foods like peanut butter, avocados, nuts, and oils, all types of oils you can think of. So after they realized that, they basically cut that out and they saw major improvements in their skin. And that's where this book kind of comes into play. They kind of go into detail of their life story, and then they also go into detail with the diet, what you shouldn't eat, what you can eat. So basically what you can't eat is that you can't eat oils, you can't eat meat products, you can't eat dairy, you can't eat soy, and you can't eat a lot of high-fat products. So things like avocado, almonds, you can't even drink almond milk. And basically what they kind of say is that this is like a for sure way to clear your diet, which I'm not gonna lie, it has worked in a way for me, but like I said, I didn't follow the complete diet as they prescribed it. So for about a full month I went full vegan. I didn't eat any animal products and actually followed the diet quite like they wanted me to. You know, I couldn't even eat any nuts or seeds or anything like that. So about after a month, I saw a gradual improvement. I even made a video on it as to show, you know, it actually does work. But again, I wanted to also show that I didn't actually eat the way they wanted me to. For me, I really found their diet to be very restrictive, and it wasn't really feeling like I would kind of feel hungry throughout the day, and I felt like, oh, I can't eat like, you know, anything processed, or I can't eat anything that's kind of quick and easy. And they don't really want you to go on fruits either. It's more of a starch-based low-fat diet with a lot of like sweet potatoes, vegetables, you know, drinking a lot of water and things like that. So they don't really want you to, they kind of persuade you to go away from smoothies as well. So not a lot of smoothies, not a lot of fruit. So if you do want some fruit, it's kind of like you have to limit that as well. So I guess my review on the book is that it's a written book. They give studies, they give their story, they give all these recipes, and they kind of go into detail of what you shouldn't and what you should eat. Like they even tell you how to calculate the fat on packages. And I really appreciated the book. I enjoyed reading it. It really helped me out a lot. Like I said, I'm not following it fully because I do feel like it is restricted, because the diet I eat now basically consists of chicken, sweet potatoes, a lot of rice, a lot of beans. Sometimes I'll include avocados. A lot of times I drink a smoothie every day. Oatmeal is a big one for me. I like eating fruits. I eat vegetables as well, with a little bit of broccoli. And I agree with him fully that I think diet does affect your skin in some way. But they kind of downplayed genetics. They said it kind of had little to no effect when it came to your diet. But I do really feel like genetics also play a role, because my mom suffered from acne growing up. I saw pictures, you know, and me and my brothers and my sisters, we've all had pretty bad acne. Like, it's understandable when you have a few pimples during puberty. Everyone gets that. But when it's all over your face and it doesn't stop, me and my family, we've all kind of had that. So I do kind of feel like genetics does play a role in it. Also, I'm in the Facebook support group, the Clear Skin, the CSD Clear Skin Diet on their Facebook program. I am a member, and honestly, like sometimes it can be hard because, you know, some of the members on there, they follow this diet, but they say, you know, it's not working for me and it's been over 2 months. And then Nina and Randa will say, oh, well, what are you eating? What are you putting on your face? You know, remember, you can't put oil-based products on your face or on your shampoos or on anything like that. And then, you know, the person will say, well, I'm not using any of that. I'm eating pretty solid. It's simple, like rice, beans, lentils, and vegetables and water, and that's pretty much it. So that's when I feel like it's either hormonal or that's when it comes to, genetics. So what Nina and Randa do in their book is that they kind of downplay people who the diet didn't work for them, because they say, oh well, when we have people tell us that the diet didn't work for them, they say, oh well, did you follow it completely? So they never really kind of say like it's not going to work for everyone, because they kind of hint in the book that it is a definitive clear skin program where you'll get rid of your acne, whether it's in a month, 2 weeks, or even 6 months, kind of like an Accutane type program. But for me, it kind of did work. I didn't feel the need to go fully to that extreme for my whole life, because like I said, I felt a lot. They say it's so, you're gonna get all your full starch foods and you're never gonna feel hungry. But honestly, like there were some times where I really was hungry and I didn't want to eat like another pair of vegetables, or I didn't want to eat another sweet potato, or I miss chicken, I miss meat, and I'm glad I'm eating chicken now, because I eat close to 1.5 pounds of chicken per day. And I like working out, I want to gain muscle, so I felt like being on that diet wasn't fully sufficient, because I kind of started incorporating avocados, I incorporated peanuts and seeds, things like that. So I don't really feel like you need to follow this program like they do specifically, because it is really restrictive, even though they kind of say it's not. I feel like it is, because you can't eat a lot of things. You can't eat oil, dairy, soy, high fat. I actually think it's easy being a vegan, because there's a lot of dairy-free alternatives. There's dairy-free cheesecake, dairy-free butter, there's dairy-free whipped cream. But people on this diet, they can't eat all that stuff because it's high in fat or it has oil in it. So there's a lot of stuff you can't eat anymore, even if you're vegan. And they give studies, like they give kind of a profile of Brian Turner. He was actually the guy I was following first, because he put his whole Accutane journey on YouTube, and then he featured Nina and Randa in one of his videos, and they talked about their diet, and then I found them out through that way. And they kind of use him as an example in their book. But they kind of fail to realize that even though he did change his diet and he stopped consuming dairy, he stopped consuming processed foods, and ate more vegetables and more water, they didn't mention that he still eats peanut butter, he still eats oil, he still eats a lot of high-fat foods, he still eats vegan ice cream, he eats a lot of soy sauce, so he can eat a lot of the things in this book that they tell you not to. So I've always been an advocate for everyone's different, not everyone is going to have the same results, especially with acne. Like sometimes I tell people like, well, I don't know if it's going to work for you, but for me, I cut out dairy, I cut out soy, I cut out high-fat foods, and everything else like that. But even then, like I still get acne sometimes. Like it's not a for sure clear skin diet. Like there's a part of me that thinks maybe genetics play a role. Like I think it does, because I still break out. I'll still get like either a small, sometimes even a big pimple like on my cheek, and it takes like 1 to 2 months to get rid of fully. I mean, overall, I think what Nina and Randa are doing with their book is really nice, and I think they had all the right intentions, because they had pretty bad acne when they were 20, and when they were going through this, it was really cystic and bad. And I can see that they want to help, and it has helped. Like especially me, it's helped a lot, because I eat a certain way and my skin's gotten a lot better. But one thing I do want to tell people that buy this book or read this book is that you don't have to follow it fully, as they say, and even if you do, there is no guarantee as well that it might clear you, because as I said in the support group, there's plenty of people who in the chat say that I've been on this diet for like 6 or 7 months, my skin looks like it's getting worse, it's not doing anything. And there's a lot of people who like feel demoralized because they feel like even this diet's not even working. So sometimes I think, if this diet doesn't work, try going to a dermatologist. If you have to take Accutane, do it. That's another thing they stigmatize Accutane. I took Accutane 2 times. I'm not a big fan of Accutane. Like for me personally, I think it's because it's a short-term problem to a long-term solution. So I think you should do as much as you possibly can before going on Accutane, but I do feel like some people actually kind of need it, because there have been times where people take it and it actually goes away after that. So if you need it, go ahead and take it. I'm not going to tell anyone like, oh, don't take it, but they kind of give the stigma of Accutane, like, oh, you're gonna get depression, your hair's gonna fall out, you know, dry skin. Dry skin, of course, is gonna happen, but the depression and the hair falling out and then back problems, that's some of the side effects that don't really come up. At least it didn't for me. Like, I felt the only thing that came up was the occasional nosebleed because I didn't put Vaseline in my nose, and the dry skin and the dry lips. So yeah, Accutane is a really powerful drug, but you shouldn't take it as like it's a devil, like it's gonna cause you all these major problems if you take it. Like with everything, there are side effects, so I caution you with that. Overall, I just want to say that I enjoyed this book. I think a lot of people should read it, but I also want to tell people who read it that you don't have to follow it fully like they say. You don't have to feel bad if it's not working for you. You know, everyone's different. Do as much as you can. You know, just try different things. If you see that it's not working, just try incorporating some meat products. Some people said that they actually had help. Their face got better when they incorporated high-fat foods back into their diet. You know, everyone's different, and I'm a big advocate for that because it is true. Everyone's different. Not everything works for everyone. Kind of like with weight loss. People try different things. There's not just one for sure way to lose weight. There's multiple ways to lose weight. Regardless, whatever you feel the right way is, there are multiple ways. And it's kind of like with acne. There are multiple ways to go about with your acne. And that's kind of what I just want to let you guys know. Nina and Randa, The Clear Skin Diet, good book. Would I kind of give it to someone who's fighting acne? Yeah, I would. If they were like me and they kind of been through everything with the pills, the creams, Accutane, and they still were getting acne, I would kind of give that to them because I think diet does play a role in your acne. Not for everyone, but if you do have acne and you see it's not going away, then I do think your diet plays a role. You know, especially with greasy, oily foods. And dairy, I don't eat dairy anymore because I found that to be a good cause as well. Dairy and oil, I think, for me are the biggest causes, but that stuff I don't mess with that anymore. And I just want to let people know, if you're going through acne and you're kind of struggling with your own solution, you're trying to find a solution for yourself, you know, don't give up. I think just don't feel down on yourself. Acne happens, and you know, I'm hoping you're watching this out there and you're watching this and you have all this acne on your face. You know, eventually I think it will get better, and I think we all have to make an effort to try to make our skin better so we can feel better about ourselves. And I do think maybe this book would be a good fit for people wanting to try something different. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for listening to me talk about the book, and I will see you guys for sure sometime next week. Thank you.